I think maybe I'll do like 2 minutes Jaramadava as we're waiting for.
Yeah. Can I get some water from your sink?
Yeah. When do you guys want to be the co-admin to let people in? Who wants to do that? Bailey. Okay. All right.
Yes.
How do you make a co-host? Does that make me not a host? All right. Okay, well, I'll just do this for like a few minutes, just waiting for. Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajanranjana Jaya Brajajanranjana Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajanranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jai Radha So welcome everybody, Hare Krishna. I think we got 11 folks here. So good group. How's everything going? How's your practice going? A little bit challenging? A little bit challenging? Anybody want to share? Let me just turn my volume.
I think the second verse was hard.
Second verse was hard, yes.
Yeah. And it looks like 3 and 4 are going to be just as hard.
This is hard, yes. So anything else? Anybody else want to share? Get Chapu's waiting there. Let her in. Anybody else?
All right, well, I was gonna say, yeah, it's hard for the second one because it seems to be a completely different rhythm than the first one.
Yes.
And because of that, it's hard to kind of wrap your head, especially if you're trying to link them together.
So, first 2 of 15th chapter. You want to grab a copy?
We were supposed to have verse 2 memorized as well for today.
You're supposed to getting started on it.
Okay, I started.
Start on it. Anybody want to do a recitation of verse 1?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhva Mulam Adha Shakam Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vit.
Wonderful. Very nice. Anybody else want to give it a shot? You got your hard act to follow, man. That's really good. Troy, you want to give it a try?
Yes, probably, of course. Okay.
We heard today it was Troy the country boy
Man, here we go.
on the show. That was this morning.
Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urva Mula Mada Shaka Ashvatam Prahoravyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vit.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Very nice. Anybody want to try number 2? Verse number 2.
I don't have it memorized, but I can try to read it.
Okay, that's first step, yeah.
Okay. Adas chorvam pasritas tasya shaka guna pravridya visaya pravala adas chamulani anusantatani karmanu bandini manusyaloke.
Very good. Very nice. That's it. That's good. So Adash Chachurdvam Prashrita. Prashrita. Extended. Adash Chachurdvam Prashrita. Down and up. Prashrita Tasha Shaka. Shaka means branches. Yeah. So Adash cha is the word and. So it's just right between those two. You'll see that everywhere in the Bhagavad Gita. Adash churdvam prashrita. Prashrita, everyone extend out. Let's see those arms. Prashrita. Prashrita, prashrita. Yes. Extend them out. Tasya shaka. Which are the shakas. Tasya, I think, is which are. Shaka. They are the shakas. What's that? Tas. Oh, wait. I got something going on in the background. Hold on. It's like a. Turn it off. YouTube live or something. Here. I have it. Tasya shaka guna pravida. This is a really cool one. I like this one. I did some like investigation on this word. So guna, what is the gunas?
The modes of material nature.
Modes of material nature. And I did some years ago, I was taking this Sanskrit course. There is a group called Sanskrita Bharati, and they teach spoken Sanskrit, and they teach it all across the world. You might have one in your city, a group. It's going to be mostly South Indian fellows, but people from all parts of India, but mostly South Indian. And the classes are pretty much always free. I think they have workshops and stuff like that that are like camps and stuff that may cost some money, but the classes are free. And the materials are usually like, the books are like a couple dollars or very inexpensive. It's just like a hobby that they have. I used to go to a class, or I don't know, not too long. It was kind of far from my home, but it was nice. At some point, my disadvantage of not growing up in India started to show up, but I had the advantage that we're always reading these books in Sanskrit, and then everybody else had the advantage that practically 50% of the words, if you know Hindi and Telugu and almost all the Sanskrit words you already know, a whole great deal of them. So Vridha, I learned, is like an old, and you can also with the like the Veda-based website, you can look up words, and you can even type in like just the first letters of a word and see if you can find what are the root meanings. So pra means to increase, and Vridha means old age. But when you put those together, it means that which matures, or what makes you grow older, which makes you grow. So guna pravidha. So how do you get those flowers to? Sometimes people have these roses with like blue dye. How do they get the blue dye in the rose? Clayton.
No idea.
AJ Sullivan knows the science to it.
Yeah, you just put the blue dye in the water, right?
Put the blue dye in the water, yes. Guna pravidha. Soaks it up. So it's our bodies are we're being nourished by the gunas, and we're getting a particular body. The way the acharyas have explained it in the purport you might have seen is that like sometimes you give a plant a little bit of water and it's kind of it's not doing so well, and you give it a lot of water or appropriate amount of water and it's flourishing. So depending on the gunas that we're associating with, we're getting a demigod body, a human body, or a piglet body. We're getting, according to the different modes of nature. Actually, the modes of nature are.
Prabhu,
Yes.
I got a question.
Go good.
Is that why in the commentaries, it seems like all the commentaries they say how if you commit sinful acts or bad acts, you're in the lower branches, and if you commit pious activities, that's why?
Yeah, so the
Because
branches are kind of
good.
symbolizing different platforms of species of life. And this analogy, it's not something that we're meant to really get our whole head wrapped around, because it's a big thing and it's hard to, you need to like get a painting and paint it for like 3 months and then like, okay, I get it now or something. It basically says in a few verses, it's like, it's inconceivable. It's kind of hard to understand. So don't let it make it too hard for you to continue on, because it's as we go into the later verses, it will be some more easier to conceptualize understandings. This analogy's got a lot of elements that you find elements in the purport that are not in the verse itself. Yes, Chance.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when earlier reading through some of the purports, I was just kind of trying to visualize it in my head and run my head around it. And I was like, I just need to draw it and like draw a big one and then label all the stuff and like look at that for like 30 minutes. Then maybe I could sort of understand it. But yeah, just reading the purports is a little difficult.
There are some drawings out there. I was reading this book called what is that book? It's a really cool book. It's not even a big book, but it's very systematic, scientific understanding of bhakti. It's written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it's called I don't know, I can't remember. It's a cool book. It basically goes through the 9 levels of bhakti, and it has so many different topics, and makes this whole branch in Sri Madhurya Kandamani. Yeah, Madhurya Kandamani. We both got it at the same time. And I was thinking, man, I gotta draw this out. And I started like sketching something out. I'm not a good artist, but I started sketching something out, and I was like, man, this thing needs to be drawn out. And then I found that there was this fantastic poster, and Jason actually made me a copy of it. That's better than I could even imagine. But so more comments, questions.
I thought it was, I completely agree with Dr. Matthew and No Dance Chance as far as like, I've been spending a lot of time really racking my brain, like going to different websites, reading different purports on the first 2 verses, and like I was like, let's just see what verse 3 is. And verse 3, literally the first sentence is, the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world.
Yeah.
I was just like,
can't understand it. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You just can't understand it. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, don't. That's why I say these first verses are going to be the biggest hurdle for this practice. But you see, you already did one, and those were one that was a difficult one to understand. So it's gonna get easier as you go on. So Adash Chachurdvam Prashita Tasha Shaka, the branches, and they're, what are they doing? What does Prashrita mean? Extending, yes. Guna Pravidha. What does Vridha mean?
old age.
Maturing.
Old age, yes. And when you put that pra, and to increase your age is to nurture, to nourish, or to make you grow, miracle grow. Guna Pravidha. And the twigs are the Vishayas. Vishaya Pravalaha. The twigs are the objects of the senses. You find this word a lot also, Vishaya. Vishaya Chadiya Serasamajiya Mukha Bole Bolo Hari Hari. Vishaya Pravalaha. Then the next line is Adashchurvam Prashitashta Shashaka Guna Pravida Vishaya Prava. Adashcha Mulani. This is another word for extending. Adashcha Mulani. What does Ada mean? Alex. Adha. Adha Mukha Svanasana. Downward, yes. So it's good to practice these hand motions. It helps lock it in the brain. Adha Urdhva. When we put the tilak, another word for tilak is Urdhva Pundra. Urdhva Pundra. Yes. So Adashcha Mulani. Adha, down. Mula. What does mula mean? Chants. Mula mantra. Muladhara chakra. Dr. Matthew, what is mula? Roots, yeah. So Adashcha Mulani Anusantatani. What are they doing? They're also extending out.
Reaching out. Yeah.
And there is a poetic element, because in I think it's verse number 4, he says we should seek out that being from whom everything is extending out since time immemorial. So it's kind of this poetic tying of those verses together. I think it's number 4, or is it number 4? Therefore, thereafter, we should find out that being from whom everything has extended out. Adashtamulani Anusantatani. So you could do this little root dance, extend your arms out. Anusantatani. And karma, your action. Banda, what does banda mean?
Bond
Bound, yes.
or bound.
Banda.
Yeah, bound.
Bound, bondage, bound. Karma, karmanu bandini, bound by karma. In the manusha, what does manu mean? Bailey. Manu. Is that a cow, a dog, or a human? Manu
Can you
is
say
a
it one more
man.
time?
Is manu, is it the word for man, dog, or cow? Manu
Man.
is man. Yes, yes. So we get the English word man is from manu. Manusha. Manu. And loke. Does anybody know what this word means? Go loke. Goloka. There's Vaikuntha Loka, Indra Loka, planet. So Manusha Loke means the planet Earth, planet of human beings. And that's significant because both Prabhupada and Baladev Vibhushan, it says, it's human life is where you really make karma. Animal life, demigod life, you're just spending karma. No, you're not really doing, you're just kind of living off the fumes of your previous karma. You're not really creating. So animal life, definitely not. Animal life, you're not being karmically bound because of your decisions, because you're basically just forced to just follow those impulses by the super soul through material nature. And demigods are similarly, they're just living off the elements of their pious karma, their good karma. And it's kind of like you go on a cruise ship and you go on a cruise ship because you got some money, but you're only there for some time as long as your money lasts. And when your money runs out, Krishna says in the 9th chapter, he says, Shine punya martyalo kam vishanti. You fall back down to this planet when your karma runs out. Yes,
Can I
Matthew.
ask a question?
Yes.
So is it under that philosophy, is it the case that animals always progress to higher levels until they're humans and they fall back down? They can fall back?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So animals will always, it's like a natural function where they're going to take birth in a species, in a form that is a slightly a higher state of consciousness. And then there are forms that lead to human life, like a monkey or a cow, a tiger. If the person who's coming from the body of a tiger may be initially very also mode of passion. The body of monkey may be mode of ignorance. Those are the body of a cow who taking birth as human may be mode of goodness. But yeah, you're progressing through the different species of life from a lower consciousness. That's why it's a big loss if you lived a human life as like a pig. It's kind of like you take the new Mac Pro and you use it to hammer nails on the wall. It's a waste of a valuable, or you take your Ferrari to Home Depot and you put all the wood on top or something.
Animal, it can't do any harm. It can't make any sin.
Yeah, animals are not. They're not making any sin because they don't. There's no. They don't act outside of the. Yeah. Yeah. The tiger who kills, and even the tiger who wants to kill, he's still limited in his killing. You find Prabhupada has explained. You find in nature that most like tigers and lions, they only get to kill once or twice a week. When they get really hungry, and then they finally have that rage and hunger, and they get some food. So even there's some limitation. It's not that humans just kind of go wild with anything. Or animals, they just follow their set natures. They do get to express some elements, like you find sometimes an animal may take care of another animal, even in the wild. But generally, there's no sense of being held responsible for anything.
I had a question.
Animal life is you didn't want to be held, you just want to act irresponsibly. And so Krishna says, okay, here you go. You won't be held accountable for everything that you're doing. Yes, Troy.
What is the reasoning for using the two different words for extended?
I don't know. It's a probably poetic, we could metric.
Okay.
I know there's oftentimes it's preferred to use some new words, not to say it comes into too much repetition of the same word. Here, I was going to just show you some of the pictures of the books that we use. This is Surrender Unto Me. This is the study guide by Burijan Prabhu. Somebody pointed out that it's like $900 on Amazon. I think they just have automated systems. When a book's out of print, they just like go crazy with the price. But it's on Kindle. This is one book, and I sent a PDF of it, kind of just kind of a scan of it. This is the two commentaries, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladev Vidyabhushan. Yeah. These are translated by Bhanu Swami. And there's some other nice books. This is Rancher Prime's Talks Between the Soul and God. He wanted to think of how he could present the Bhagavad Gita to his children. He said he's got to make it understandable that even a child can understand it. So this one has quite nice understanding. Then we have here, this is a Wisdom of the Sage guest, the professor. No, Dr. Graham Schwake, he's not the, no, he is. Garuda, no, this is Garuda. We had the other one was the other teacher is a different teacher. This is a professor. He's a devotee, and this is like a scholastic version. Bhagavad Gita, the beloved Lord's secret love song. And then this is another devotee, Professor and Sannyasi, Comprehensive Guide to Bhagavad Gita with literal translation by Hridayananda Goswami. And then I also sent a small poetic rendition of it by Kalakanta Prabhu. I put a little post in the Discord there. So would you guys like to break up into groups and practice with each other? Or if you have any questions on the verse, let's break up. Okay, so we need six groups.
AJ Sullivan had to step away, so account
Okay.
for that. Someone will.
Okay. All right. I should have done the whole verse together. Yeah, who am I? What?
What are they doing?
We're memorizing chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita, 21-day course with Wisdom of Sages friends. Okay, let me join Bob because I think Bob was Okay, I was thinking before I sent all you guys out to do this, I think I should recite it a few times and we all do it a couple times together, and then we go back to practicing like we did last time. So I think we got 4 of us here so far. I think everybody will be there in like 1 minute.
Can't believe you had stuck me with Bob though. That's messed up.
No, I got him with Bob. I got him with Bob.
Of all the people.
All right. So everybody, no, it's still 4 of us.
Okay.
Okay, 10, 11. I think, okay, I think it's, so I was thinking, before I send all you guys out, I think it would be better that if I recite it a couple times and you guys can say it along, mics or no mics or whatever. And then you guys give it a shot. And then also try to, again, test as I'm doing with you, asking you, what does this word mean? What does that word mean? You guys do that to each other. And that will help. So here, let me read the verse. Adaschurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulani anusantatani karmanubhandini manushaloke. I'll do it line by line. Can I trade you now? All right. Where are you on? You're not on the verse. Adaschurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushaloke. Adaschurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushaloke. Okay, somebody go for it once other than Troy, because he already got a chance. Clayton.
Adaschurdvam prasritastasya shaka guna pravridha vishaya pravala adaschamulanyanu santatani karmanubandhini manushaloke.
Okay, we got to make a cassette out of Clayton. That was good. Jenny, you want to give it a try?
Hare Krishna, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Adaschurdvam prashitastasya sakta guna pravida visaya pravala adaschamulanyanu santatani karmanubandhini manushaloke.
Very nice. Very nice. AJ Sullivan.
All right, let's see. Adaschurdvam prasritastasya saka guna pravidra vishaya pravala adascha mulani anusantatani karma nubandini manushya loke.
Can someone tell me the first line from memory? Eh? Anybody? Want to try? Look at it.
The translation or the
Just the
translation or just the word?
Just the Sanskrit, yeah.
Oh, just
Adashchurvam prashitashashaka.
Adashchordvam prasritastasya sha.
Very good, very good. Someone want to say the second line from memory?
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Guna Parida Vishaya Pravala.
Pravalaha.
I
Yeah.
didn't make
Try it again. Try it again.
Guna Parida Vishaya Pravala.
What's the? Who can give the first verse from memory? I think Troy's ready for that one. Dance, chance.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdvamulam Madakshakam. Yeah. Ashvatam Prahora Vyayam Chandamsi Yasya Pranani Yastam Veda Samveda Vit.
Very nice. So at some point we'll break out. We'll practice among each other. But while you're practicing over the next few days, try work on your second verse, but then also chant them together. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdvamalam Madashakam Ashratam Prahur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vit Adashchurdvam Prashitashta Guna Pravidha Vishaya Pravaha Adashchumulani Nasantatani Karmanubandhini Manushaloke. So then that meter, you can kind of go with the same melody, but it's just a few extra syllables. You kind of extend it out. There is another more complicated, it's more melodious, but it is also more complicated. And that I can say that one for you. If you find yourself musically inclined, you may be attracted to the more difficult melody because it may stick in your head more. Adashchurdvam prashitashashaka gun. Oh, I'm going back. I got to remember. There's a verse that I know that I have. I always know that verse in a particular melody. This one devotee gave class in year 2000, and in the class he had us remember the verse, and nahi prapashami mamavnudya yachoshanam ut nahi adashchurdvam prashitashashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adashchamulani anusantatani karmanubandini manushaloke adashchurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adashchamulani anusantatani karmanubandini manushaloke. I'm just remembering we got some faces on the other side of the screen that are not showing up that I haven't been calling on. Say Mr. Seva and Alex and Chapu haven't been called on. You guys want to share, give it a shot, do the reading, do one from memory, do the first one from memory. Yeah, somebody's up.
I'll try to read one. I'm not.
Okay.
I have some practicing to do.
All right.
I'll try to read the second one.
Okay.
Adhas churdvam prashritas tasya shakaha guna pravrida vishaya pravalaha adhas chamulani anusantatani kamanu bandini manusha loke.
Very good. Very good. Alex,
All right. I had a question, and then I think I can do the 1st
I'll go
one.
for it. Yes.
Is there anywhere that exists just like a couple of these verses together, just the Sanskrit?
Like a recording?
Either way, recording or just like the text.
If you go to
Oh, yeah.
Database, you can
Database has it.
pick the advanced view in Database and just strip it down
Database.com.
to whatever you want to see.
All right.
You go to Vedabase.com, click on Bhagavad Gita, click on the chapter, and on the top right, it will say advanced view, and you can uncheck purport, translation, word for word, Devanagari, and it'll just say Sanskrit, something like that. And you can see the whole thing there. There was also one for print that had it just the English sans, and not in Sanskrit, but in English. And I think I may even have a copy of it on PDF too that I could send out. I probably could just put it in an email. Yeah.
Chandra, I do have a question.
Yes.
How do you pronounce the second word? Like chordwam or
Yes.
churdwam?
That's chordvam. Chordvam. So the D's got an H to it, so it's got a H to it. Adhash chordvam. And the
Like
M is
chur.
like a, yeah. And the M's a sound. It's got a little bit of reverberation there. Adhash chordvam.
Prasritas tasya shaka.
And the shritas tasya shaka. Shaka. And this, keep on always practicing, just as awkward it is as at first, then it becomes natural. Just extend those long vowels. You can even write it out in your own handwriting and just put 2 A's every time you see A with a line over it. Or every time you see a U, put like 2 O's, or I, put 2 E's.
Prasitas tasya shaka. Guna pravida vishaya pravala. Cha adas chamulani.
Okay, I think you guys are ready for breakout rooms. So recite to each other, quiz each other on the words, try to say some lines from memory. Okay, so we have 11, so I'm going to put five, put 5 rooms. Create and go. There you go. And it looks like somebody got. Let's go with Clayton.